All right, everybody. We're going to do here real quick is we're going to talk about the review of the 2021 golf season at the US Am Tour. We're going to talk a little bit about 2022 and the start of that tournament season. And then most importantly, we're going to talk about the greatest golf for Washington, D.C., which is starting in just less than 24 hours from now. So we'll see you in just a moment. All right, everybody, welcome to On the Screws Golf. We'd like to thank you for being here on the stream. So what? And welcome to DCF&P, baby. And again, thank you so much for attending, and please consider subscribing. All right, welcome back. Here we go. This is it. It is time to get ready for the greatest golfer of the Valley in Washington, D.C. That's right. Saturday, September 25th and Sunday, September 26th in Washington, D.C. at Blue Mash Opening Round Golf Course, and then secondarily at Waverly Woods Golf Club out in Marriottsville, Maryland. Sorry, I couldn't even think there for a second. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over the yardage caddy. We're going to go over the course. But before we do that, let's talk about the review of 2021 at the US Am Tour. Now, these are two separate groups. We have the US Am Tour, which we're going to talk about right now, and then Blue Mash and Waverly is greatest golfer of the Valley. There's about 4 or 5 events throughout the year on that. So let's go through here the 13 events that we participated in this past year. The first event of the year, we came in 5th. I don't have the scores. I didn't write them down. I apologize for that. But I can tell you we had a low of 75 for a 18-hole tournament round and a high of 95. We had a couple of those, a couple 95s throughout the season we threw in there, and many reasons for that. Okay, event number 2, we finished first. Event number 3, we finished second. Event number 4, we finished 7th. Event 5, we were in 3rd. Event 6, we finished 14th. That was one of our 95s. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7, event 7, we finished 2nd. Number 8, 5th. Number 9, 4th. Event 10, 3rd. Event 11, 1st. Event 12, 4th, and we rounded out this past season taking a first place with a 75 at Old Stonewall in Elwood City, Pennsylvania. So that rounds out the 13 events. So of the 13 events, we finished 12 of the 13 in the top 10. We had 1, 2, 3 first place finishes, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. So on the podium, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 13. So over 50% of our events, we hit the podium first, second, or third. All right, so a good season. The season for 2022 starts just around the corner, October 3rd, and that's going to be down in Zanesville. And we will be going to that event to kick off the 2022 season here at the US Am Tour. But again, let's focus on today here, and we're going to talk about Blue Mash and Waverly Woods. All right, so let's get into what are we going with first here? We're going to go with Waverly Woods. Take a look here. So hole number 1, 344 yards. We average right around 250. Sometimes you go 260, 270, 275, depending on the strike. Sometimes we hit it 230. Again, it all depends on lots of variables. Confident swing, club face hitting the ball squarely, compression, temperature, hardness of the ground, etc. So we just average it out to about 250 yards. So let's go ahead and take a look at hole number 1.
Senior living community in Howard County. The par 4 first hole at Waverly Woods features the first of several naturally sloping fairways. Lay down the left side for a flatter lie and better angle, and consider hitting a 3-wood off the tee to avoid the hazard in front of the green. best to play your approach short of the pin on this forward sloping perched green. This hole is brought to you by Kevin Swecker of Apex Home Loans. Number 2 is a dogleg left 3-shot par 5 for all but the longest hitters. At the corner on the left edge of the fairway, you may be tempted to take on the front left green hazard and go for it in 2. Be sure to keep the ball below the pin unless the hole is on the back left of the green.
All right, so on hole number 2 here, turn that down a little bit. We are going to make this a 3-shot, just a safe drive out into the expansive fairway to the right there. Take a 5-wood, hit it 214 to 220 down the middle, and then have ourselves just a 60, 70, 80-yard shot into the green for a chance at birdie. Okay?
Or third. May look inviting. Play is finessing your tee shot left side way ahead of you, letting the hit tricky drive and the approach shot to the right of the green more helpful. Balls hit this bent slope will move often than not bound onto the green. Distance control is critical on your approach shot with this undulating green. The tee shot on the par 4 fourth hole is quite intriguing as the dogleg to the right works against the right to left slope. There is support through the fairway, plenty of room to the left. The OB on the right is like a magnet for players trying to cut the dogleg, not to mention the right side trees and bunkers. So if you're super long off the tee, the fairway opens back up. For most players, a tee shot to the center of the fairway, left of the bunkers, is the smart shot. Use 1 to 2 extra clubs on your uphill second shot with a purposely blind green that has plenty of room on the right. A great birdie opportunity presents itself in the beautifully framed short par 3 fifth hole. However, proper club selection is required to navigate the prevailing wind to avoid a deep hollow short left and tall grass tight behind the green. Pin is in the front, you can kick your shot off the right side nose. On number 6, long is not always better off the tee unless you stay left. Those who slice or fade the ball may consider passing on the driver on this par 4 to avoid a collection area and hidden bunker lurking down the right side. When the pin is in the front, it can be very difficult to get it close. Hole 7 almost always plays a club or 2 longer than the yardage indicates. It's rare to hit it past the pin on this par 3, especially when the pin is in the back. The largest green on the course has a ridge running through its center and doles out its fair share of 3 putts. tee shot to the left side of the par 5 8th hole will add distance on this sloping fairway, though long hitters must be mindful of the pond and will prefer a tee shot that hugs the trees to the right. Playing your second shot closer to the water will reward you with a flatter lie. This small undulating green puts a premium on placement. You don't want to be long when the pin is in the back. The 9th hole is a tough par to come by, as this hole is pretty long and almost always plays into the wind. You will be tempted to play your tee shot just left of the massive bunkers on the right-hand side of the fairway. They're not easily carried, and landing in one of those bunkers will make reaching the green on your second shot nearly impossible for all but the best golfers. Avoid missing the green left on your approach, as that leaves a very difficult chip shot up onto the green. Arthur Hill's original design had hole number 10 as the first hole at Waverly Woods. There's plenty of room off the tee on this short par 4, especially to the left, and not too much trouble around the green. That being said, a driver lost to the right gets you in some trouble with trees and wetland, and a weakly struck approach shot will be repelled by the false front on the green. Playing a safe 3-wood down the middle and a short iron to the green provides one of the best birdie opportunities on the golf course. Number 11 is another birdie hole. Cut the left corner on this short par 5 and you'll have a 2-shotter. But if you go too far left off the tee, you'll be blocked out by the trees. There is a sneaky center fairway bunker that grabs low-running second shots, and the perched green requires accuracy. Whatever you do, don't hit over the green, as OB is waiting. Position off the tee is crucial on the short par 4 12th hole. While there is plenty of room to the right, a shorter, precise layup tee shot to the left provides the only flat lie in the fairway and a much easier approach shot than the lower right side landing area. Good luck getting it close on this very shallow green. It may not look like it, but to some players, this is the toughest hole in the golf course. The 13th hole is a gorgeous, fairly long downhill par 3. The front right grass swale catches both the thin and the fat. Balls hit to the right of the green, sometimes roll down the slope and on. Be careful of hitting long when the hole is cut on the back left side. Hole number 14 is brawn and beauty off the tee, and brains come into play on your approach, as a localized wind and sloping tiered green often make club selection very puzzling. Nothing too mysterious here, you just have to hit a couple really good shots.
Just a couple good shots at 437 yards.
Par 3 15th has a well-guarded green that usually plays a club shorter than the yardage indicates. You'll want to avoid hitting into the front right bunker as it's the most difficult of the four. Number 16 is not the hole to hit a weak drive, as tee shots that hit into the slope die, while those that carry at about 30 yards. You can miss it right and still be in a shared fairway, but you may have to contend with the pines on your approach shot. The false front on this green will turn away any shots coming up short. Play down the left side of the sloping fairway on number 17, or your tee shot may bound into the trees. Depending on which tees you're playing from, you may consider leaving the driver in the bag, as long balls can run through the fairway and down into the hazard. With no wind, the downhill approach plays half a club shorter, and you do not want to be in the bunker on the right side of the green if the pin is anywhere near it. A round-ending birdie is within your grasp on the par 5 18th hole. For low handicappers who covet an eagle, take out the driver and try to get it between or past the tree lines. The elevated green is well protected, requiring accuracy and making it difficult to run the ball up onto the green.
Everybody, there you have it. That is day 2 of Greatest Golfer of the Valley down in Washington, D.C. We're going to go in reverse order. We're going to go day 2 first. I'm going to try to get set up real quickly here for Blue Mash, which is our course number 1. And there's layout and map. Hopefully that works. Now we'll do Blue Mash Golf Course. Find the video. Addy, there we go. All right, let's hope that this is all set here. If not, we'll tweak it real quick. All right, let's get into Blue Mash day 1, which is tomorrow, and our tee time starts at 7:50 a.m. Might be a little bit too close. What happened? Okay. It's too high as well. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Hole number 1.
This hole is brought to you by Brightview Senior Living, offering 4 resort-style communities in Montgomery County and 17 across Maryland. The beautiful opening hole at Blue Mash treats golfers to a spacious, double-wide fairway with intriguing options. Hit to the upper left tier and be rewarded with a view of the pin, or shorten the hole to the right and accept a visually obscured approach shot. Approach shots landing short of the green will kick towards the green side bunker, but shots that miss left can bound off the hill and onto the green, which has a ridge separating the front and back areas. This hole is brought to you by Logan McCarran, Remax Advantage Realty, and Team Kinnear. What you see is what you get on this gorgeous elevated tee shot. Know your distance to the bunkers on the right side of the fairway, and aim your tee shot at them or away from them accordingly, keeping in mind the prevailing wind is with you. For the approach shot, a runner up the left side of the fairway onto this beautifully contoured green is not a bad play. If you find yourself chipping in the front of the green, note that the front slopes deceivingly hard to the right. This hole asks for the best tee shot you can muster, or it becomes a 3-shot par 4. Number 3 is long, tight with bunkers on the right, usually plays into the wind, and there's no let up once you get onto the green or even near it. There's a false front and strong slopes throughout the green that will affect your chips and putts. You'll almost always want to play an extra club or 2 on your approach into the green. The front pin position is difficult to access, as balls that hit short will fall back, and balls that hit on the green will be hard to hold in place. The only support to the green is on the back right. For extra ball roll off the tee, aim for the nose of the distant fairway bunker, which is essentially the right side of the fairway. If you're a long hitter and the pin is in the front, you're actually better off trying to hit over the green on your second shot rather than laying up, as the front green slope will scoop balls towards the back of the green. On the other hand, you do not want to be long if the pin is in the back. Finally, when shooting at the center and left pin placements, be mindful of the slope in the middle of the green that will direct balls to the left. A straightforward, short par 3 birdie opportunity here. There's a soft front slope and left slope on the green, but nothing else to cause too much trouble. Also note, there's a hidden bunker in the back right of the green that you can't see from the tee. Number 7 is a short but deceivingly demanding par 4, with a narrow tee shot from the back tees and a devilish green complex. When the blue tees are up front, long hitters can lay back to the desired pitch shot length or blast away at the green and hope for the best. The best is usually not great, as the right green side bunker or rough right of the green leave a challenging pitch, and going left of the green usually catches the trees. Even with a perfectly placed tee shot, you'll still have to be mindful of the dominating swale in the middle of the green that funnels countless balls to the left and off the green. Number 8 is another short, potentially reachable par 4, but with an entirely different look and strategy than number 7. The best play is to hit your tee shot out to the 100-yard marker, as the green is well protected with bunkers. Those going for the green off the tee will often end up searching for the ball right of the green or losing it left. The small green on this hole has a knob in the back right center that creates havoc on all shots and putts around it. The stunning ninth hole is a reachable par 5. Long drives will bring the water on the left-hand side into play, and this water runs from the landing zone all the way to the green, so it'll be in play on every shot. You want to favor the right side of the green on your approach. The green has a large slope that runs through the center, and any shots that hit left of center will funnel all the way down. Number 10 is another good birdie opportunity. Long hitters can try to cut the dogleg and get up near the green, but have to be careful about the pond beyond the dogleg. A strong ridge separates the front and back parts of the green, and when the pin is in the back, approach shots must carry that ridge in order to get close. Anything short will not make it up the slope. Number 11 requires one of the best long iron or hybrid shots of the day. 11 usually plays into the wind with watertight right and bunkers and mounding on the left. Short is the best miss. Keep in mind, this green does not always break as much as you think. On this short par 5, most people will aim for the rightmost fairway bunker or just right of it. If you hit your tee shot into one of those fairway bunkers, you've eliminated the possibility of going for this green in 2, but you may have saved yourself from a foolish gamble. A second shot layup can be safely aimed well left of the pond between the 2 sets of bunkers, but that leaves a harder angle for your approach shot into the green. Most shots that hit weakly past the front of the screen will tend to roll off to the right and stop short of a back pin. Along with number 2, this is perhaps the most beautifully contoured green on the course. The prevailing wind is usually stronger than one thinks on this hole and more than offsets the benefit of the elevated tee. If there's any doubt, take an extra club. This relatively short par 4 is all about the tee shot. The cross bunker on number 14 is troublesome for the shorter hitter, and the 2 longer fairway bunkers will catch the long ball. Trees, left and right, are tight. The green is one of the flatter greens in the course, so if you can just manage to land your tee shot over the cross bunker, you'll be well positioned for a birdie or a relatively easy par. This is one of the only 2 dogleg right holes on the course. Long hitters can reach the trees straight away and should also be aware of a second set of hidden fairway bunkers on the right. A straight or soft fade tee shot over the first set of bunkers is the perfect play, but if you're a shorter hitter, just stay to the left. This green is long and flat and has a slight rise in the middle. A good golf course requires a golfer to hit lots of different kinds of shots. Number 15 asks for a fade, number 16 asks for a draw, or a good solid hook for a long hitter. A well-struck tee shot can go through this fairway, and trying to cut the corner over the huge fairway bunker to the left can be tricky, as the further you go, the more the fairway narrows. The approach shot tends to play at least a half club longer to this elevated green, but keep in mind, long as day, as there's very little room behind the green. For the front and middle pins, be mindful of the strong front left slope that will chase balls away from the pin. Number 17 separates the men from the boys. Water right, very little bailout left, and a small two-tiered green. The fairway behind the green emphasizes that it is way better to be long than short on this hole. 17 almost always plays 1 or 2 clubs longer than the yardage would suggest. It's tempting to unleash one here, but with water far right and stadium mounding far left, it's smarter to reel it in and just hit one down the middle. Chances are you won't reach this green in 2, and landing in the thick, roughed hollows just left of the fairway can make even getting on in regulation a challenge. Gauging your second shot to the 100-yard marker gives you a flat, even elevation look into the green, while trying to get closer to the green means an uphill pitch or bunker shot. It's especially tricky to access the back left pin from down in front of the green. Thank you for playing Blue Mash. Please be sure to enjoy a cold drink and some delicious food on our beautiful veranda.
All right, there we go. That is it, man. I guess the overall take-home message for these two courses will be as follows. There's a couple 430, 437 par fours that we're going to have to navigate. Bogey only. No doubles, no triples. Play the game. Hit it out there. Get it up on the green or close. Make your putts. Get out of there and be happy with that. The remainder part of these par fives, except for maybe one on Blue Mash here, they're all going to be 3-shotters for me. You hit it out in the middle, hopefully, down 200 yards in front to about 75 to 100 yards, and dial in that 48-degree wedge or the sand wedge to get close for birdie opportunities. When it comes to the par threes, I saw a couple par threes that are going to be tough. 190 yards, 189 yards, 170. When I say tough, just have to have a good swing on it. That's all there is to it. Most of the other ones, 122, 150. Just swing the club and get it on the green, make your putts. And then for the par fours, nothing too out of the ordinary on distance-wise. 330, 370, 300. The big initiative on Blue Mash and Waverly Woods is all about the greens and how they're protected. So you can see that all of the swales, all the bumps, and I have a yardage book with all of the topography of the greens mapped out. So depending on where the flags will be during this tournament tomorrow and Sunday, I'm going to have to navigate that obviously once we get to the green. But again, I think these two courses never being played before, I'm prepared based off of what to look at. Thank you for the yardage books and the really nice aerial footage and the videos and the tour of the courses. That gives us a lot to look at. And then I pulled up Blue Golf Imagery, which is the actual golf map of each of these courses, and really gives you a nice look at an aerial view, spectacular view. I don't know if this will come up. Let's take a look if that comes up. There it is. Look at that. Okay, so this is Blue Mash, and this is an aerial view from the top. So you can see hole number 1 right there. Pretty straightforward. Hole number 2. That's that long one down the hill. And then 3, this is just the one he says is into the wind, an extra club or 2. And then par 4, that's about 171. And then the par 5, number 5 down that hill, 3-shotter. Number 6, I think that's 122 yards. Number 7 is a tough driving hole there. It's got to get it straight in the middle. Hole number 8, that's going to be just a 3 or a 4-iron hybrid up over this bunker here, right into this area, about 50 yards after that. And then 9, that par 5, hit it out there, hit it short, chip on, see if we can't make a birdie or just basic par. But that's pretty much it. Again, if you use the tools that, Google gives you, you can take a look at the different courses that you're going to play. You can map out a strategy. As you can see here, there's water, but not a lot of trees. So you're going to be able to, if you can keep it somewhat straight, you're not going to be in too much trouble. You'll be in the rough and all of that. You'll have to just manage. Hopefully it's not too deep or anything like that, but these are public courses, so hopefully it won't be a significant depth of rough. But again, playing at 7:50 in the morning with a lot of dew and 53 degrees, it's going to affect the ball significantly. So there you go. There you have it. That's Blue Mash. We can take a look at Waverly Woods real quick from an aerial view. You can see that. Looks like it's around a complex of homes or condominiums. So you can see that we're going to have some fun here as well. Pick out a few different holes. Yeah, the condition looks amazing. The design looks really wonderful, and it's going to be a game of putting and chipping and second shots. So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope this was educational in a way that you can figure out if you're an avid golfer and you play tournament golf, or if you're just a weekend warrior. Every course that you go to, you can be prepared and get yourself prepared for the different courses to not only have a good round, but also beat your buddies. So you can take their quarter skins, their dollar skins, their $50 match play, 5-5-5, whatever it is. But again, preparation is key. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. See you soon. And when I get back after the weekend, we'll put a little video together on our performance. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. All right, everybody, welcome to On the Screws Golf. We'd like to thank you for being here on the stream. So what? And welcome to DCF&P, baby. And again, thank you so much for attending, and please consider subscribing.